Now, during these weakness periods, during some of these harsh times, uncertain times, dips do happen. And according to Adam Black, dips exist to transfer Bitcoin from weak hands, lettuce hands, to strong hands, diamond hands. So if you think about it, ultimately, that is what it's about. Who has the strongest hands? Who has the most patience? This is what I tell you guys. Have patience. Focus on long term. Those that do not have patience, well, they tend to trade and tend to panic sell, and they are the ones left sour because they don't see the gains. They don't see the benefits, right? But those of us that understand, that continue to hodl and continue to DCA, well, we will benefit, right? Obviously, as Bitcoin goes higher and as inflation robs more and more people of their purchasing power. All right, Bitcoin reserve also going down, down, down. Something else that's very, very important when it comes to price appreciation. Obviously, when the demand goes up and the reserve goes down, what happens? The price goes up because it's just more valuable. And of course, inflation helps with this too, because when everything is getting more expensive because there's more fiat being printed and circulated every single day, assets that have a set supply or limited supply, they will go up. And of course, let's not forget the ETFs, right? The ETFs are a big reason why the reserves keep going down. Even though we have inflows and outflows, overall, we have a lot more inflows than outflows, right? Since the beginning of this year, you could see we had 161,000 Bitcoin mined, but we had 284,000 being removed. That's what, 120,000 difference that is now removed from supply. And as we go higher, as Bitcoin gets bigger and stronger, you're going to see more FOMO into the ETFs, which take more from the supply, which causes the price to go higher and causes more FOMO. That will come. That comes during the parabolic stage. That will be hitting possibly next month or even in a week after a rate cut, right? So that consolidation that we've been going through since March till now could be over in about a week. Maybe it's already over, and from this week, from today on, we will see that big recovery, right? And according to this too, it's about time. We saw a consolidation period about 222 days in 2023. It was very boring. We were going sideways. We were stuck below 30,000. A lot of people gave up hope. And then all of a sudden in October, that's when we started going up. So you can make the argument we're seeing the same thing. We've been consolidating since March, right? Are we going to see the same thing repeat? History doesn't repeat, but it tends to rhyme, right? So we could be going through the same exact thing this year versus last year. And here's something else that's just showing global liquidity index. When liquidity goes up, what happens? Bitcoin goes higher. The parabolic stage is coming. Again, could be starting as soon as next week. If not, maybe October. But we will get that parabolic bull run either later this year or next year. It's going to happen. And the final thing I'll show you about Bitcoin is this inverse head and shoulders that is still building up. This has been ongoing since 2021. This is a giant head and shoulders, and what is going to follow afterwards, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, a lot of you guys are wondering about altcoin season. I get asked this all the time. George, what about altcoin season? Is it going to come? Are my altcoins going to start pumping? Or should I just stick with Bitcoin? Well, if you're measuring altcoin season right now, you could see we are nowhere near the top. We're definitely in Bitcoin season. But every single cycle, we go through the same thing. Towards the end of a 4-year cycle, that's when the altcoins get hot. But this cycle has been the strongest for altcoins compared to any previous cycle. So it will come back. We will see a resurgence. Again, you just have to be patient. Ford and Toyota, you guys know I love cars, double down on blockchain as driverless car tech stagnates. Interesting. Over the years, since 2017, we've heard of automakers getting into blockchain, saying they want to store data, maintenance records or VIN numbers or titles and so forth. You really haven't seen much of it, right? But it seems like Ford and Toyota, they are going to start using it more. So we'll see. It's part of RWA too, real world assets being staked too, because think about it, if you could stake like a card title, for example, on top of blockchain, on top of a token or something, that would be absolutely amazing. What else is there? Top 5 gaming blockchains by monthly active users. Big surprise led by Solana. Then you have Tron, Ronin, BNB, and Polygon. But Solana's leading the way. For games too. That's pretty crazy. And I don't even see Avalanche on here, which is a big surprise. Avalanche is really big in gaming. And where's Ton? I don't know. This might be skewed a little bit because Ton has a lot of games too, and I don't see them up here. But anyways. Solana record highest daily active address in blockchain history. Solana records, not record. So, highest daily active address in blockchain history. What happened? Wow. See that huge jump? That's crazy. Fed rate cut that's coming, right? That I've been talking about. In about a week, we will get the very first rate cut since 2020. We haven't had a rate cut in 4 years, and that's because we were at zero. We were at zero. Do you notice the trend there? As soon as the rate cuts started happening, that's when Bitcoin started going down and bottoming out, right? But the last time we had a rate cut, guess what? That was prior. That was a halving year, and that's when Bitcoin went upward. So that is within 7 days, right? So regardless, I think we're going to get some good stuff from this, right? When we start seeing the rate get cut over and over and over, possibly for the next 2-3 years, I think once the money starts swirling, the liquidity starts filling up markets, it's going to be absolutely great. Great for Bitcoin and crypto. So that is coming up. And also what's great is this. If you don't believe in anything else, believe in inflation. Like I said, the liquidity is going to start flowing. The money printer never stops. But because you get more and more and more dollars and fiat, the cost of goods go up. Inflation will never stop. Your buying power goes down unless you're holding assets like Bitcoin. And you can see Bitcoin, its inflation is getting cut in half every single cycle, every 4 years. Right? So you see the difference there. You have one asset which is getting more and more scarce until there's no more. And then you have another asset that inflates without a ceiling forever. Which one would you rather hold?